contact, and that is illegal. When you step out of bounds, you cannot hit a man.
Well, we have Montreal sidelines now getting a little more excited as they want to get this Montreal team downfield to do something on this 31-7 scoreline. It'll be 1st and 10, Montreal from the 42. Well, we have Johnson carrying the ball, going outside. I thought I saw a little movement in the backfield. Apparently the referees didn't. He was stopped there by Dan Crossman, number 31. The safety coming up, making the hit. Only got about 2 yards on that. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Lads, it looked like there was a seam up the middle. He bounced it out the outside, but it looked like he could have got much more yardage up the middle.
Well, he's doing a lot of following on the fullback, Broderick Sargent, number 47. He's the lead blocker all the time. It's his job to take out the linebacker. As Montreal shows 3 receivers on the right, tight end on the left. Proctor does a wonderful job, sidestepping 1 tackle, 2 tackles, finally goes down. They'll rule that ball dead. 1 yard gain by Mark Proctor. Shannon was the man in there. That'll be 3rd and 7, Montreal.
It was an excellent open field tackle by Dan Crossman, the strong safety. Here we see, he comes outside, evades Marilyn Brown, goes outside. Here we see Hart trying to track him down. He's trying to direct his players, and Crossman comes up and makes a good tackle. One-arm tackle in open field, ball gets loose, but it's after the play's dead.
3rd and 6, Montreal. Quick pass, complete. Willie Sneed ducked under attack. That'll be a 1st down, Montreal. Move the ball up to the 48-yard line of the London Monarchs. 1st and 10, Montreal ball.
Now that play, Corus Irvin was trying for the big hit there. Sneed was wise to it, just dropped to his knees and went over top. He'll have to be careful. You have to break down and make the tackle, otherwise someone can go for a short gainer into a long touchdown pass.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Montreal on the move. Proctor's dropped that ball, and has he recovered it? Yes. He'll just lose it down. It'll be 2nd and 12. That's the 3rd time he's had trouble coming out from center. A little bit of a new combination of quarterback and center. A little bit of a wet ball.
Yes, and that heart attack man, Roy Hart, was there, and you can bet your bottom dollar where there's a fumble, he's around somewhere.
Proctor takes a quick drop back, throws that quick little pass to Sneed again, picking up 5 yards. They're taking a short pass. We've taken a little trip down to the sidelines to see what our friend James Richardson is up to.
Well, finally, I'm here with somebody who's actually shorter than me. I'm here with Coach Cannon's son, Kyle Cannon. Kyle, this is your first trip abroad. You're staying with the Monarchs. Has it been a good time?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's been a lot of fun.
And I see that your father's laid on a bit of a big game. Is this the kind of thing that he's told you to expect from the team, or is he a bit low-key at home about them?
Well, he's pretty much done talked about it a whole lot. He's doesn't talk to anyone.
He doesn't bring his business home with him?
Unless I ask him.
Does he work really long hours? He seems the hard-working type.
Yeah, pretty much all day.
And is he as tough as a father as he is as a coach?
No, he's really never yells or anything at me.
Do you know the players well? Have you got to meet and joke around with them?
Yeah, really well. A lot of them are real nice guys.
Who's the kind of dumbest of the lot?
I don't know. A lot of them.
Tough call.
I don't know.
Is this your first time to London?
Yeah.
And will you be coming back for the World Bowl?
Hopefully.
All right, hope to see you then. Back upstairs.
As Proctor throws a completed pass over the middle, we have Coach Larry Cannon's son enjoying London. I'm sure the scoreline of 31-7 is helping him enjoy it as we see a Montreal drive coming down here. Proctor's got his team on the move. It's 1st and 10. They're on down on the London Monarch 21-yard line. 1st and 10 with 5 minutes 53 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Proctor on the draw. Giving the ball up to Sargent. Hard yards up the middle. big player, this fullback. Doesn't get to carry the ball as much as he'd like. He's also the team's leading receiver, but he took that up almost for a first down. Yes, we have a first down. It'll be marked at the 10.5-yard line. First and 10 from the 10.5. Montreal's putting a nice drive together here, Wade.
Yes, and we got a new player on the field, Gary Cooper, that just signed him, and he's coming to camp for 1 day only, and he's out there, caught a pass on his first reception. Wide receiver 6'2", 193 out of Clemson.
Practicing an audible, throwing up a timing pattern in the corner, and in and out of the hands. Referees ruled it incomplete. Looking for Willie Sneed, being covered by the cornerback, Erwin Smith. Timing pattern by Proctor. Try to get it on with 4 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the third quarter.
We see a lovely pass thrown, beautifully aired ball. Just tries to beat the corner. It would have been a touchdown if he caught it, but it came out of his hands, and all for nothing.
Second and 10 from the 10.5-yard line. Proctor back, same pass, same player, same result. Same people involved. Sneed going out, being covered by Smith. Incomplete pass, bringing up 3rd and 10.
Sneed must be telling him, I can beat him to the outside. Throw me the fade, I'll catch it. Throw me the fade.
Well, it's a little bit difficult for this Montreal team. They've got this new receiver, Gary Cooper, 83 in. He doesn't know all of the pass plays. He just arrived in London. This is part of this resultant shakeup they had when they got rid of Elroy Harris. They also got rid of one of their tight ends. This is a scrambling Montreal team on 3rd and 10. As evidence there, Proctor's calling audibles. People not too sure what to do. Call a timeout. He'll go over to the sideline. 3rd and 10 from the 10.5-yard line.
Ricky John.
We have a score line here with the London Monarchs 31, Montreal. Welcome back to Wembley, where we see some of the dancing London Monarch fans dancing to a 31-7 score line. Montreal threatening, 3rd down on the 10.5-yard line. Montreal fans in the crowd aren't enjoying themselves anywhere near as much as these Monarch fans. Big play for the machine, 3rd and 10. Pitch out. Ricky Johnson battling his way up. We have a flag down there. Battling his way up for about 5 yards, but a flag on the penalty. Let's see what they call it.
Holding offense, number 86.
You saw the play, you saw the call there, holding on the offense. While they were doing this, we heard that the latest score line in Frankfurt is 14-14. Raleigh-Durham's coming back into the third quarter over there as well. We may have an upset in the making. Raleigh-Durham is the next team to come over here to London. We'll be seeing them here at Wembley next week. Very interesting scoreline from a Monarch point of view.
Trying to start the running attack with a lead, off tackle, plunge, trying to break it into the end zone here.
3rd and 20 from the 21. Proctor in all sorts of trouble throwing a short ball. Had to get to Johnson. That won't do anybody any good. That'll bring up 4th down. They'll bring on their field goal team from here.
Yes, we had to see some scrambling there. He picked out a receiver, trying to do a one-on-one with a linebacker. Didn't work this time. Johnson's starting to get a bit more confidence. Sorry, Proctor's trying to get a bit more confidence and come back in this game. Let's see if we can get 3 points on the board and bring it a bit closer.
We have a little more confusion going on in the team as it cost Montreal another timeout. This will not please coach. A timeout lost on the special teams while you're trying to get your field goal team straightened out. Timeouts are too expensive to waste here. You can see a disjointed. Coach Gasol does not like this at all. One of his timeouts, which he'll need with the scoreline 31-7. Just under 3 minutes here in the third quarter to go. We gave up a timeout while the special team didn't do a head count.
Yes, Nitmo is 5 of 6 for point afters and 4 of 5 field goals. So far, he scored 17 points, and his longest is 45.
We have another big crowd here at Wembley Saturday night. 35,294 people. We're averaging just around 40,000 at Wembley as the London Monarchs have been adopted by this city. On fourth down, he'll be trying this from the 20-yard line. Bjorn Nitmo.
Well within his range.
It's well within my range. 20. Up and no good. Off to the side. That leaves the score line at 31-7. Montreal having a hard time getting anything on the board. They would have expected 3 points. Nitmo's a much more consistent kicker than that. As we have a score line of 31-7 here at Wembley. Come back with us on Eurosport, the third quarter here at Wembley. Welcome back to Wembley as we take a look here at the stats. London, 384 yards for an average for the first 4 games. Montreal, the 10th in the league, bottom of the league, only had 167 yards average. We're going pretty much to that tonight. London's 308, Montreal's 218, but the majority, about 70 yards of that, was just in this last drive. Montreal's doing a little bit better with Proctor than they've done in the past. London's on stream, what we expected. Go ball back, looking downfield, going deep, and intercepted and dropped. Well, well, well. Steve Lofton had that ball all the way, watched it, caught, had no excuse for dropping that. He will have a lot of explaining to do to the defensive backfield coach.
Yes, certainly here, Gilball puts the ball up for grabs. He was throwing to nobody. The man was in double coverage, and Lofton, who allowed a touchdown over him by Horton's second one. Here we see Gilball arching the ball. He's sacked in the end, or nearly sacked in the end, but Lofton's got no excuse for dropping that ball.
Gilball back, looking to the right side, complete, first down. Looked like Dana Brinson over there. Gilball did take that hit, but that was a very poorly thrown pass earlier. He was very lucky not to get an interception. He had 2 last week, none so far tonight. But that'll be a first down. London Monarchs, they'll start from their own 31-yard line.
Yes, they were throwing into double coverage there, and the ball was equally underthrown. Can't afford to get sloppy late in the game.
First and 10 from the 31. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Gilball back, under pressure, rolling out, being chased, throwing, and a wild throw down, overthrew Judd Garrett, in and out of the hands of one of the defenders who bobbled it on the way out. That being that there's no in the grasp rule, for those we have our younger viewers in the NFL, the referees could rule that the quarterback might be in trouble and going to go thrown down. They would call it in the grass. In the World League, they do not call it in the grass. Five. Play action, penalty, flag down, pass thrown over, tripping Andrew Riley. We have a flag on the far side of the field. I think it might have been a receiver moving a little bit too early.
Yeah, that's Putzer, the outside defensive end. Here we see motion.
Going back as we see Gilball on that last play, they're beginning to get to him a little bit, and that's the price of quarterback pays. Those defensive linemen don't like to get scores on him all the time. Last week, that's all we saw from the Montreal side. This week, they're putting a little bit of pressure on Gilball. And that's the penalty you pay. They do that little dump off to Garrett. He's got his blockers in front of him. Garrett, I'm sorry, that was Alexander that time coming out of the backfield. Number 20, not Garrett. Same play, different back. Alexander coming out of the backfield, 3 blockers in front. They're trying to get rid of that charging defensive line of the Montreal Machines. Slow them up by doing little dump screen passes. Bring up 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line of Montreal. London moving the ball. 9 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. That was Smith going off the left side, gaining about 3. I'm sorry, Alexander carrying the ball as well as running it.
Yes, they're trying to give Jeff Alexander some game time. He had a bit of fumbleitis earlier in the season, coughing on the ball 3 or 4 times, giving up poor field possession, and they're trying to get him back in the game.
Well, we have a scoreline of 31-7 at the end of the 3rd quarter here at Wembley on behalf of Eurosport. Stay with us. Welcome back to London as we take an evening's view of Tower Bridge over a quiet-looking Thames. It's not quiet here at Wembley, as you can see by these Monarch fans. They like that music, they like that scoreline, and they definitely like that London Monarch team. 2nd and 8 from the 44-yard line, Monarch ball. Machine showing blitz. Now backing off. Gilboa, the quick little pass to Andrew Riley, taken out of bounds. Looked like about 9 yards, hit by the safety, Quentin Jones. Bring up 3rd and 1. The score by quarters, London got ahead, jumped off 10-0 in the 1st quarter, got another 7 in the 2nd for a 17-0 halftime lead. 3rd quarter, explosive, 14 for London, 7 for Montreal to give us the scoreline now, 31-7. 21 of those points scored in the 3rd quarter, 14 of those points scored in the first 2 minutes. We have Smith probing the right side, getting the 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. London Monarch ball, crowd wanting a little more points on the board. Smith is their big back, everything, the short yardage back. Likes to hit, likes to go forward, likes, in the words of his coaches, he likes to make the first hit. When he sees somebody coming up to make him a hit, he likes to get his in first, then lean on him a little bit. 1st and 10 from the 35. Single setback, 3 receivers on the right. And we have a reverse. Brinson on a reverse. Quick feet and finally caught down. There was an arm. Grabbed him from behind. He was on his way to another touchdown. I think it was Darrell Holmes, number 20, reached out an arm.
Yes, free safety Darrell Holmes, 6'2", 193, out of Fort Valley State. The only thing to stop them. Play action to Alexander, reverse to Brinson, and the afterburners go on, and it's only an arm tackle that brings him down.
1st and 10 Monarchs, threatening again, on the 17-yard line. Throw and complete, and touchdown, Horton. Point after being good by Phil Alexander has brought up the scoreline of London Monarchs 38, Montreal 7 with 13 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the final quarter here at Wembley in front of a wild London crowd. Stay with us here at Eurosport. Wembley is the scoreline of London 38, Montreal 7. As we take a look at John Witkowski warming up in the sidelines, number 12. John Witkowski was the starting quarterback for the Monarchs, played the first half of the first game. He and his wife are over here sharing a house with Stan Gelbaugh and his wife, so we have the 2 quarterbacks, the 2 wives sharing a house. They were sharing the first game. Gelbaugh had a fantastic second half. He's been a starter ever since. I don't think they're going to talk too much football at home. Witkowski's dying to get on the field to show what he can do as we have a kickoff. Montreal takes the ball on the 8. There's Daryl Harris going down. It'll be 1st and 10. Montreal ball.
On that last scoring drive of the Monarchs, 10 plays, 80 yards, 4:19 in time, completed with a 12-yard pass, Gilbert to Horton, point after by Alexander, making it 38-7 in favor of the Monarchs.
Well, we have another quarterback here, Mike Proctor, who began on the team as the number 4 quarterback, worked his way up to number 1, showing what he can do tonight. Trying to get his team up from a 38-7 deficit here in the 4th quarter. Trips as he goes back, loses his footing, gets back up. Quite an athlete. Knocked down to 19. That was due more to his slipping than it was to the Monarch defense, but it still works out the same. That'll go down as a sack. As we take a look at that 3rd quarter, we had 267 yards, passing yards for London, giving them a total of 344, as that passing is the big difference. As through the 3rd quarter, through the 3 quarters, game's still going on. They've got 344 yards London, 209 yards Montreal. 2nd and 16. Trying on a draw play, not doing much damage at all, bringing the ball out. It'll be about 3rd and 15. They're going to have to look deep on this. Johnson on the draw play. A lot of these World League teams favor a draw play with long yardage. Instead of passing the short passing game Proctor was successful with earlier, I think they might go back to that if they're going to move the ball a little bit better than they're showing now. 12 minutes and 21 seconds ago in the game. 3rd and 15, Montreal. That's that short passing game, and he paid for it.